Now, comrades, we have every single country from World War II on here, from the Baltics to the British Raj to the fucking South Africans. We have the all of them. So, comrades, let's start off with the Baltic states. Now, comrades, I've actually been to the Baltic states. They are very beautiful. But in the war, let's just say they did kind of shit. I mean, comrades, let's start off with Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Comrades, we're going to put them right in F tier. Right at the start of the war, Russia just sort of came in, and I mean, we might have annexed something. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, I'm not gonna speak on it, but we might have annexed some shit. Greece. Now, comrades, Greece actually did kind of okay. I mean, they fought against the Italians, which I know is not the biggest flex, comrades, but it's, you know, regardless, it's still a win. But once the Bulgars and the Germans came in, it was over. Comrades, Denmark might have had the most shocking performance of any other country, losing in just 6 hours. It's embarrassing, honestly. Like, the Danes were fully just ready to get conquered. It's insane. The Vikings fell off, comrades. Here we have Canada. Now, Canada, they helped the British. They helped the British. They helped the Americans in Omaha, I think it was. And, you know, they were just okay. They were good. They didn't have any huge fumbles. They were pretty good. Comrades, Bulgaria. Now, Bulgaria, ooh. Now, Bulgaria, they obviously got southern the Bruja from the Romanians. They did kind of okay. They were, I don't know. They helped take down Greece and Yugoslavia, and I guess they kind of fell to the Russians at the end and became a puppet. But I actually think Bulgaria will go into B tier. I think Bulgaria is sort of underrated, comrades. They did well in World War I and they did well in World War II. Finland. Now, comrades, we've got to give Finland A tier. First of all, they never got conquered by anybody. They kicked Russia's ass in the Winter War, and then they sort of invaded Russia with the Germans. They did get pushed back, but they didn't lose any land, comrades. So you got to give it to the Finns. British Raj. Now, comrades, British Raj goes into B tier just because they sort of supplied the British with everything. I mean, they gave like millions of soldiers, they were giving their food. Obviously the Bengal famine ended up killing millions because of Winston Churchill. You know, comrades, Churchill is a bit sus. But yeah, no, British Raj, definitely B tier. Yugoslavia. Now, Yugoslavia did liberate itself, so we'll give it that. But at the end of the day, they did get conquered. They surrendered in like 2 weeks, so I cannot give them that much credit. Norway, we're gonna put in D tier, E tier. They did kind of get attacked from the inside, comrades, and they were just a pawn really for the British and the Germans. It was kind of embarrassing. We're gonna put France in D tier. Now, obviously, Free France did help with helping Africa and shit, but at the end of the day, comrades, the surrender was crazy. I mean, comrades, France survived basically as long as Poland did. It was not good shit. We're gonna put South Africa in C tier. I don't know how much they helped, but I guess they helped. Australia. Oi, mate. I cannot do the Aussie accent to save my life. We'll put it in C. Darwin did get bombed by the Japanese, and that's all I know about Australia's involvement. Romania. Now, comrades, Romania is a bit of an interesting one. I don't actually know where I would put it. I guess they did lose part of Transylvania, they did lose southern Dobruja, and they lost Romanians! Comrades, usually Romanians are the ones doing the stealing, but they got robbed! And they became a puppet state right at the end. Yeah, not good shit, not good shit. Ethiopia, I guess they did okay. They managed to liberate themselves with the help of the British. And that's about it. They were okay. Is this the Chinese communists? Now, the commies actually were very smart, comrades. They actually managed to get the nationalists to take most of the damage. And then they managed to win the civil war. So, genius. Poland, comrades, my home country. We're gonna put it in D tier. Like, at the end of the day, they did fall real quick. But they did fight well against the Germans and the Soviets at the same time. But realistically, Poland could not do much. Now, let's put the big three. We're gonna put the Americans into S tier, and we're gonna put the British into S tier. Actually, no, we're gonna put the British into A tier. Americans obviously carried the Japanese theater, they carried the West European theater, and with Lend-Lease and shit, they helped the Russians. So that's not even a competition. But the British, they did fail the battle for France, comrades, they did fail the battle for Norway, they did fail Greece, they did fail in Denmark, and in fucking everywhere. everywhere except for the British Isles, I guess. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I wonder, comrades, leave in the comments below how well you think Britain did. Now, the Chinese, we're putting this shit in E tier, comrades. I'm sorry. Japan just swept through. They were raping, they were murdering, they were burning, they were just doing anything they wanted to you. It was kind of embarrassing. Italy, we're gonna put in F tier because fuck Italy. Now, guys, Italy is a beautiful country, but yeah, failing against Greece. What did Italy actually achieve in the war? They took Albania, and that's all. That is everything they did. Yeah, no, that's embarrassing. We're gonna put the Soviets into A tier. Now, look, I know people will say the Soviets, they won World War II, they did all this. But look, come on, let's be serious here. First off, they helped Hitler for the first like 3 years of the war, and then Stalin ignored every fucking warning of getting invaded, and then Russia got absolutely pillaged and destroyed. They could have played it so much better. We're gonna put Japan into A tier because it is still very impressive that they managed to take as much as they did. In the short time they did, but obviously once the Americans woke up, it was over. Now, I'm actually don't know whether to put the Germans into S or A, mainly because they, first of all, in 1939, 1940, 1941, they were insane, comrades. But then 1942, 43, 44, they did get kind of shitter and shitter and shitter. I'll put them into A tier. I think they did very well, and I think they did very well with what they had. But I think you could argue the Nazis. I think the order would honestly be this. I think that's the order of the S and A tier. But yes, comrades, this is my list. Tell me what you think of my list, comrades. Would you change anything? Would you not change anything, comrades? I feel like maybe you could put the Nazis and maybe the Soviets into S, but I personally would disagree, comrades. But tell me what you think in the comments below. And anyway, comrades, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to let communism strike again.